What's up, fellow film sluts? If you go over to my main channel, you will see that I have reacted to every single Child's Play film. I know quite a bit about this little killer doll, and so we're gonna look at this Evolution of Chucky video. It's a Tell It Animated video. Let's see what Tell It Animated has to say about the evolution of Chucky's wardrobe and his appearance. I've definitely noticed some changes over the years. Let's see what this video is all about and why it has 26 million views. What gives, bro? Does this video cure cancer?
Chucky has terrorized toy chests for over 30 years. But just how has he changed since his original incarnation? Let's go through his story.
It's so peppy. It's like you want to bring over your niece and nephew that are 4 years old each. They're twins, and show them this video.
An evolution to find out. In 1988's Child's Play,
Hey, Brad
criminal
Dourif.
Charles Lee Ray, nicknamed Chucky, is shot down. He uses voodoo magic to transfer his soul into a good guy play doll, giving life to the tiny toy slasher. He wears a striped shirt, overalls, and red shoes. It seems the longer he spends in doll form, the more human-looking he becomes, with bushier eyebrows and a receding hairline.
That really is true. Over time, over the years, the more he spends in doll form, the more human he does become. It's very obvious, but I hadn't thought of it quite in those terms. Thanks, Tell It Animated.
To avoid becoming a doll forever, he realizes he needs to transfer his soul into Andy, the first person he revealed his identity to. Before he gets the chance, he's burned in a fireplace and shot to pieces.
What a great ending to the first movie.
In Child's Play 2, the doll manufacturer.
And what a great opening to the second one.
Remains with larger facial features and brighter overalls. A freak electrical accident brings him back to life, and he continues his search for Andy. Despite upgrading to a knife hand, he's forced into machinery and loses his legs. Still determined, he replaces them with a wheel cart, and then gets melted by molten plastic and fed in air.
Yes, he does.
Exploding his head. Taking place 8 years later, Chucky's leftovers.
I initially did not like the second film, but I need to give it another chance. I know. I already know where these comments are going.
Are picked back up in Child's Play 3, but when his blood drips into a batch of molten plastic, he's reassembled and born again. This time with a chubbier, more squished face. He manages to find Andy, but then chooses a new target for his soul transfer. He's ultimately sliced by a carnival attraction, giving him a new two-faced look, and then gets dropped into a giant fan.
Yes, he is.
Shredding him to pieces. But in Bride of Chucky, he's put back together again and reawoken with voodoo magic. He now has a less squished face and a prominent widow's peak. Tiffany, his human girlfriend turned doll fiancée, joins him in obtaining a magic amulet with the power to transfer the...
In case you were going into the second season of Chucky, forgetting what happened in the movies, this is a great little recap.
Both into new human bodies. But after some domestic bickering, Chucky gets shot and left in his grave. In Seed of Chucky, a new animatronic doll is created for an in-film Chucky movie, alongside his co-star Tiffany. This Chucky has blonder hair and brighter clothes. Their long-lost son/daughter,
Billy
finds
Boyd,
them, and using the magic amulet, brings them back to life. Then, following a bit of familial disagreement, Chucky gets lopped to pieces by his offspring. Yet, in Curse of Chucky, he's back in one piece yet again. He has darker overalls, paler skin, straightened red hair, and oddly, no more scars. He spends most of his time in a wide-eyed doll form, secretly causing havoc for wheelchair-bound Nika. And her family. When she finds out he's alive, Chucky explains that, as a human, he knew her family and came back to get revenge. While Nika gets blamed for Chucky's recent deeds,
This video is making me want to rewatch the whole series now. It's reminding me how much I love this franchise.
Chucky makes his way to his old pal Andy's place to finally finish him off. But Andy has other plans. In Cult of Chucky, Chucky is missing a chunk of his head. His body...
I love that Andy grows up to be like a gun-toting, bitter man bent on revenge and destroying every piece of Chucky that there is, like burning his severed head. I love it. Absolutely love it. And I love that they brought Andy back for the TV show.
Bodiless and chained to a board. Cult also features another Chucky doll with large spaced-apart eyes and a thicker neck. A recently buried one-armed variation. A short-haired version, but he doesn't last too long. And a Chucky-possessed Nika, who takes off with Tiffany, leaving several Chuckies behind to cause mayhem. In the 2019 reboot, Chucky is now a Caslin AI buddy doll. His overalls are plain, his shirt stripes are thicker, and his head is larger, with gigantic eyes, slicked hair, and a constantly contorting expression. His index finger lights up to connect to other Caslin electronics, and when acting out, his eyes glow bright red.
See, when I when you see that transition, you're like, oh, that's a letdown. Like everything that you've built up to has been rebooted. My entry into the series was the 2019 version. It was my very first Chucky property that I had ever seen. So I actually enjoyed it. But now, like, having gone back and watched the whole series, I'm like, yeah, it's definitely not my favorite of the entries. And you're gay if you think otherwise.
And he also loves to sing. The film also briefly features a blonde, short-haired Buddy 2 doll, a red-headed variation, an African-American Buddy, as well as a fuzzy bear version.
Oh, I forgot about
Accessories like
that.
a Santa hat, diving helmet, and leprechaun outfit can also be spotted. The original Buddy doll is coded to be evil by a disgruntled factory worker. Later, after imprinting on Andy, he seeks revenge on those that threaten their relationship. But ultimately, Chucky is overpowered,
Aubrey Plaza.
and melted down. But can you ever truly
She's
get
from
rid of a
Delaware,
faulty AI?
like I am.
Speaking of which, this phone has really been glitching a lot. There we go, that's better. Huh? Thanks for watching this updated Chucky Evolution.
That was a great little way to end it. I like that ending. Great job, Teleanimated. Check out my reaction playlist right here of every single Child's Play reaction that I have done. Go check it out. Or you hate the Child's Play franchise.